Okay folks, I'm going to tell you another salmon pattern, and this one's called the blue and gold shadow shrimp. They're just a slight variation of it, if you like. The hook in the vise is a size 10 partridge patriot double. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in red. So I'm simply going to come in and get the thread started a few mil behind the eye of the hook and just run on a few turns of thread and remove the waist tag of the thread. Now, in the original pattern, it doesn't have a tag at the back, but I'm just going to put on a tag of oval gold tinsel in small. So I'm just going to come in and a couple of turns to catch it in underneath, bring the oval gold tinsel underneath the hook, and then I'm just going to run my thread down, tying it in. Just going to bring my thread down until I'm in line with the point of the hook. Then I'm going to come around with 4 turns of the oval gold tinsel to create the tag, and on the 5th turn bring it up in between the 2 hooks, come around with a turn to hold, then a couple of turns to secure. Now the reason why I'm putting the tag on is it just stops any materials from maybe slipping off the hook. Now the tail is silver fox guard hair. Now, it's usually the body hair, but I'm just going to use the guard hairs off the tail. Now, they're a lighter colour, as you can see. So I'm just going to take enough off to form a tail. Now, I'm not going to stack the hair or label it up. I'm just going to put it on the way it comes to me. So I'm just taking all the rubbish away from the bottom. Now I'm just going to offer this up to the hook. It's just a wee bit long for me. Now I'm going to offer it up probably about a length and a half to 2 lengths over the back of the hook, around with a pinching loop and a couple of tight turns onto the tail. And then I'm just going to come in and trim this with a tapered cut. Now there's flesh in the tail, and it's just 2 strands of, I'm going to use just 2 strands of orange micro flesh just into the tail. Just going to offer these down the sides. Just going to come around with a pinching loop to hold. I'm going to fold them back a couple of turns back up over the top. Then I'm going to come in and just take away the excess. Just going to moisten that because I'm going to use it for my wing. See the length of the flesh, I'm happy enough with that. Now at this point I'm just going to run my thread up and hang the cut ends in of the tail to there. Now on the original pattern it's oval gold tinsel that's used for the rib. I'm just going to use some gold wire. This is just medium gold wire. Now I don't know where I got that, but it's good stuff, and I've had it that long. I've had it from Pussy was a kitten. So I'm just going to offer the wire in underneath, much like I did with the oval gold tinsel. Bring the wire underneath the hook, and then I'm just going to run my thread down, tied up against the tail. Now the body is going to be a uni mailer, and this is the uni mailer in silver and gold in size 12. So I'm just going to take a length off here. Now you want the gold side, so you need to tie it in with the silver side facing yourself. Pull it in the length of the rear part of the body to there, and then just come around with nice straight turns of your gold tinsel. Now it's a good pattern to have this in your box. It's a good fly. Just bring your tinsel up to there, follow it around with your thread. It's very good fly to have. There's 6 in the series, and as I say, this is the blue and gold one. Now I'm just going to come around with my wire at this stage, just rub the rear body, taking 3 turns of the gold wire onto the body, up to there, fly it across with your thread, 1 turn to hold, then just come in with a couple of turns to secure that in. Now I just like to bend and break away the wire rather than cut it. Now there's veilings on the fly, and this is golden pheasant tippets. It's just been cut into a V, and then I've just varnished the tips of the golden pheasant tippet. So I'm just going to offer this up. Now you can have it on top, you can have it like that on top, or you can force it down the sides. It's up to yourself. Now, I'm just going to have mine on top. Just going to get the length that I like to there. Right, just come round, just be patient, just hold them on top, just come round with a loose turn, a couple of loose turns, just to get them positioned the way you like. Right, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to tighten up onto them, just like that. Then I want to come in and just take the excess away in a tapered cut, just to try and keep the rear body as level as I can. Now at this point I'm going to come in the mid haggle, the centre haggle. It's just a dyed blue. You can use it like a webby saddle haggle if you like. I'm just going to use a light blue hen haggle that I have here. So I'm just going to come in and select on a haggle. Just going to stroke back the fibres just to reveal the tip. Now for this up to the hook, I'm just going to come around with one turn to hold, another turn to secure. I'm going to fold back the tip. Now I'm not worried about these cut ends just yet. Just want to get this tip back. You could run your thread on up there and tie them in if you like, but you're just going to create more bulk. So got that tied in, come in, get your tip, you can break it away, and then you're just looking one turn in front of the other. Now with this being a hen haggle and it being webby, 2 turns will be plenty for this fly. I think any more than that, then it will be overdressed. So that's plenty there. Just going to follow it around with my thread. Nice and tight turns now into the stem, tying everything in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my thread tight. I'm going to come in and I'm going to strip away the remainder of the fibre that's on the stem. And then I'm going to run my thread up, tying in the cut ends, keeping the haggle underneath the cut ends of the golden pheasant tippet to there. And I'm going to break away the stem of the haggle. I think it's going forward. I'm going to fold it back, a couple of turns in front. I'm going to come back down, back up again to there. Now I'm just going to come in with my brush, just brush out the fibres of the hen haggle. On the way back down, I'm going to catch in another length of our medium gold wire. Just break it off a spool, don't cut it. Not unless you've got a pair of designated scissors, sorry. So I'm just offering the wire underneath the hook, much like I've did with the tag and the rib at the rear. Run this up, tight up against the mid haggle. Come back in with another length of your uni meter in silver and gold. Look on the gold side, so make sure you tie it in with the silver side facing yourself. Run this down the second part of the body, and then just bring up your gold tinsel. Now I want a nice clean turn onto the centre haggle, and then just one turn slightly overlapping the other for the front part of the body. Follow it around with your thread, one turn to hold, just tighten the thread up here, and then a couple of turns to secure, and then you can come in and trim away the excess. Then you can bring up your gold wire, and you're looking 3 turns, much like the rear part of the body. Follow it around with your thread, and just nice tight turns to secure in that wire, and then bend and break away. Just get a bit of thread down for the materials at the front. Now the wing on the fly is going to be, I'm just going to use the shadow fox tail dyed in fiery brown. Now I'm not looking too much for the wing, I'm just looking to bring enough out, and I don't want any of the guard hairs really. I don't like them in the wing, so I'm just going to come in and just all the rubbish at the bottom, just clean it all out, just take away the bulk, and then see the guard hairs. I'm just going to take some of these out, don't want them all in the fly, so I'm just taking them out. So then you can offer the wing up. Now you can have the wing as long or short as you like, it's up to you, it's a personal preference. Just going to offer it up where the tips are coming into the tail, to there. I'm going to follow it around with my thread, pinch and loop. Then a couple of tight turns now. Just want to make sure it's sitting on top. And I like to come in and spread the wing with my nail, just to fan it out. Just like that. And then I can tighten up. Then come in with a nice pair of sharp scissors and trim away the excess. Then I'm going to bring the thread down over the cut ends. Just tidying everything up. Any wee fibres that's going forward, just bring them back. Now I'm going to put some flesh into the wing, and this is just 2 strands of the orange crystal flesh again. Just going to come around with a pinch and loop, then a turn to hold. Now, just want to check the length of that. Now I'm happy enough. Now I'm going to put the other 2. I'm going to leave these in the wing as well. Bring it up, nice mobile hair, the shadow fox. So there, now the front haggle is a light furnace, or you can use a light furnace genetic haggle. This is just a cheap cape that I've got. So just come in, stroke back the fibres, just to reveal your tip. After your tip up to the hook, 1 turn to hold, another turn to secure, and fold back the tip. And then just thread back up over the top of the tip on the haggle. Come in, you can locate your tip, pull it away, right. Then come in with your scissors and just stroke back the fibres. The turns are up to yourself, but they're usually dictated by the quality of the fibre. It's how you like to dress your flies as well. You know, everybody has their own way of dressing flies. That's a good thing. Right, that's 3 turns. I'm going to keep the stem of the haggle underneath. I'm going to follow it around with my thread. 1 turn to hold. Then a couple of nice tight turns now, securing everything in. That's too thick for me to fold back, so I'm going to come in and trim away the stem. Then fold anything that's going forward back. Just get it all sitting back for you. A nice clean head, and then just build up your head. Now don't be shy with the size of heads on salmon flies, because that's also part of the dressing. Nice bright red head on this fly. You could come in and brighten it up even more if you wished with some Glow Bright Floss number 3, something like that. I'm just going to come in with my whip finishing tool at this stage and just throw in a nice tight whip finish. Pull the thread nice and tight, come in, trim away the thread. Right, just come in and we can see how we're sitting at this point. Okay, I'm happy enough with that. So just to finish off, to seal the head up, we touch of super glue just on the head. You don't want to get into your haggle or into your nice mobile fibre in your wing. Just right the whole way right round. Now once that's dried, I'll come in and hit that head with a couple of coats of varnish just to seal everything up. So there you go folks, that's a variation on the blue and gold shadow shrimp. Very good fly to have in your box. As I say, there's 6 in the series, so you have the blue and silver. I think there's another one called the fin shadow shrimp, orange and gold, red and gold I think, and silver, a silver shadow shrimp, but I'm sure people will keep me right if I haven't got any of those correct. But look, tie a few of those up and have them in your box, and hopefully you can catch you a few fish.